Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building already. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider Man. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Make sure you guys do me a favor real quick, man. Wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. We are officially under 100 subs to get to 20K. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Let's try and hit that goal of 20K before week 2, before we face the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I see Dan, Nick, Eric, Coach Raider. I see Elite. What's good, sis? 209's in the building. Sherry's in the building. Salute to everybody. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I salute you guys so much. Let me know down in the comments also, what city, what state, where are you watching from? Are you at work? You at home? Where are you? Let me know where you are viewing this latest episode of Coffee and Convo, man. You already know what time it is, that content. We're going to break down Monday Night Football last night. Kind of crazy. We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. We're going to talk about our Week 10 battle now with the Jets. We may lose that game, you guys. It's a Sunday Night Football game without the whole Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams narrative of competing against each other. I'm gonna be real with you guys, man. If the Cougar humping quarterback Zach Wilson is the guy to go in Week 10, if they don't go out there and get somebody else, we may lose a primetime game Week 10 in Las Vegas. So sucks, but it is what it is. We're going to break down the Buffalo Bills. Seen some chinks in their armor yesterday. We're going to talk about that. But that Jets defense is insane. That Jets defense is spooky, you guys. Not only Sauce Gardner and Q, that defense is very spooky. Shout out to Jordan Whitehead as well, a guy that went out there and got 3 picks yesterday. Apparently, there was a clause in his contract, you guys. If you get 3 interceptions, you get a $250,000 incentive in your contract. Well, guess what? Whitehead reached that Week 1. 3 picks, and got a $250,000 bonus. Salute to that guy, man. But we're going to break down that game, you guys. We're going to go behind the numbers, talk about everything that Josh Allen, James Cook, Stephon Diggs, and all those guys did. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to break down the matchups and all that good stuff, man. So make sure you guys wipe them feet, y'all. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to my brother Chuck. Yes, Sauce had the worst game of his career yesterday. But yes, he definitely was getting cooked on the perimeter. No lies told right there, big bro. Definitely. Sauce Gardner did not look like himself last night at all, man. Salute to Richard, man. I think we have a good shot for a W against the Bills. So let's talk about this real quick, you guys. Last night, Josh Allen, we already know, superstar quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, had a really bad game for them, in Week 1, you guys. I know they're kind of still shaking off the rust a little bit, but that Jets defense had Josh Allen on his heels all night long last night. He was sacked 5 times, I believe, threw 1 TD to Stephon Diggs, threw 3 picks to 1 defender, Jordan Whitehead. That's crazy. 19 for 41, 236 yards in the air, average of 5.8 per throw. He had a QBR of 45.8 yesterday. They couldn't really get the ground game going either, you guys. James Cook had 12 carries for 46 yards. Josh Allen also had 6 carries for 36 yards. If we can keep him modest and keep him in the pocket and not allow this guy to get loose on us, Buffalo may be in for a long ride, you guys, this upcoming Sunday. If we can keep their ground game honest, we shall see. Latavius Murray, former Raider, 2 carries for 8 yards. They only had 97 yards on the ground, averaging 4.4 a carry, along of 14 yards, and that was Josh Allen, their quarterback. So we all know, man, most of the ground game is going to be Josh Allen. We got to keep a spy on him. We have to keep him very honest this upcoming Sunday. The receivers, you already know Stephon Diggs is going to cook. He had 10 receptions for 102 yards, 1 TD, along at 18 yards on 13 targets, averaging 10.2 a pass. Gabe Davis had only 2 receptions for 32 yards. Keep an eye on their tight ends, you guys, this upcoming Sunday. They only had 7 receptions combined with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. One had 26 yards. One had 25. No TDs. But I don't know if we have found a way to guard the tight end position yet. This defense is still, coming off of week 1, week 2. We're on the road against Buffalo. I think that Buffalo's going to find a way to get their tight ends involved in this game. And Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox are a definite 1-2 punch. We have to keep an eye on those guys. But Josh Allen, 2 fumbles, 1 loss. He had a really, really, really bad game last night. But we still have to look at this defense, you guys. They gave up a lot on the ground. We have to make sure that Josh Jacobs gets running the ball early and quick, in a hurry, straight up. They gave up 172 yards on the ground yesterday, you guys. I know one of those carries were 83 yards from Breece Hall. He had a phenomenal game on 2 carries. He already had over 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? But we have to get the run game going quick. You know what I'm saying? If we could force some turnovers, I already said this on Twitter, you guys. I'm expecting Marcus Peters to get his first pick as a Raider, and I'm expecting him to throw up that O. We have to keep Josh Allen on his toes. We have to create some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm expecting Marcus Peters to be one of them, to get one of those picks. We have to get some turnovers going from the defensive side of the ball, man. Real quick, let me get this super in, man. Salute to Raider Wilson. Salute Graphk. Donkeys are sad out here in Denver, and I love it. I love it. My dog always waits for me to go live to start creating chaos. It's hilarious. It never fails. Salute to my dog, Raider Wilson, man. I appreciate you, brother, on the $10 donation. Salute, salute, salute. But yes, man, Josh Allen, man, since Brian DeBall has went to the New York Giants, he's found a way to just turn the ball over a lot more. It is something about Brian DeBall and that system that he ran in Buffalo where he kind of prevented Josh Allen, from a million turnovers. Since he's left, Josh Allen has turned the ball over a lot. And we have to make sure that Josh Allen continues that trend going into Sunday in Buffalo, you guys. We have to make sure that this defense is on their toes and that we can create a few turnovers because, don't get me wrong, we are not the Jets defense by any stretch. That Jets defense is for real, you guys. There's 3 defenses right now that I'm actually looking at in the NFL early on, the Jets, the Cowboys, and the Niners. I hate to say it, but those 3 defenses look phenomenal already. So this may be more about the Jets and less about Josh Allen. But if you look at last year, Josh Allen, this was the trend of him last year as well. He's been slowly downgrading since the ball has left. So we have to put pressure on Josh Allen. That offensive line is not that good, you guys. The Jets were after him all night long. Like I said, 2 fumbles, I believe. And I think he was sacked 5 times and threw 3 picks to 1 defender. We have to create pressure. We need Malcolm Kuntz out there on that edge. We need Tyree Wilson to show up. I know he had a very bad game week 1, but we need all of our guys firing on all cylinders on the defensive line. It would be a great game to have Chandler Jones back. I'm going to be honest, but I don't think that that's going to happen because of the text messages being revealed from Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels. I think it's going to be a stretch to see Chandler Jones be with this time with this team anytime soon. But I know if he was out there, man, he'd be ready to go to battle. He'd be ready to go to battle, man. But we need some pressure. We need some pressure. And we need these DBs on 10 because these guys are going to come out mad as shit. The Bills are going to come out mad as shit, you guys. For them to lose like that in that fashion on a punt return in OT, they're going to come out very, 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 very upset. So, and they're going home. Their crowd is going to be upset. They're going to be screaming and shouting. This is going to be a hard-fought battle in Buffalo. Keys to victory to me early on in the week. And look, I'm going to keep an eye on the injury report. Some things may change, as we get later into the week. But we have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Josh Jacobs, we have to get the run game going. Run blocking has to get this shit together. That defensive line out there in Buffalo without Von Miller still looks really good, but we have to get the run game going. The run blocking, we have to create some holes for Josh Jacobs to run through. You know what I mean? And we have, like I said before, we have to provide pressure. Keep Josh Allen on his toes. Make him make mistakes. Make him make mistakes. And also, this is a game, you guys, that I'm watching our linebackers very closely because I have a feeling that Josh Allen is going to get his tight ends involved in this game a lot. Keep an eye on Dalton Kincaid. Keep an eye on Dawson Knox. They have a nice tight end room. To me, those are two tight end ones in this league. You know what I mean? I know Dalton Kincaid's a rookie, but he had a phenomenal year last year, I believe, in Utah. They took him early. We have to stop the tight ends. I'm not really too much worried about the run game outside of Josh Allen. James Cook is You know what I mean? Latavius Murray, You know what I mean? We have to keep Josh Allen on his toes. Period, point blank, the end. But we got to create some turnovers. And I'm hoping that Jacorian Bennett, Agent Zero, can go out there and get one in week 2 of his career. I'm expecting Marcus Peters to get one. I have a feeling that Josh Allen is going to float one over to Stephon Diggs, and Marcus Peters is going to come down with one on the road. I really, truly do. You know what I mean? So salute to you, Dave Hill. I don't really care. I have every color Raider hat. You're not going to make me take my hat off. So salute to you. I don't give a shit. And let me tell you this real quick also. You can't say Al Davis would be turning over in his grave. These hats are sold in Raider Image and all that other stuff all across everywhere. You find Raider hats. This is Mark Davis. He definitely is behind these, the red hats, the maroon hats, the blue hats. It has to go through him. So at the end of the day, how about that? And don't be the second guy to get shot, man. It's early on in the season. Come on, man. Don't make me pull out the pistol early on, man. Don't do it, man. I want to keep you around, man. I like to have all my people here all year long. Just stop the cap, man. Stop the cap. The Raiders do have to approve every color scheme, my guy. So stop it, man. Stop it, bro. I will pull out the bazooka and let loose today, bro. You know what I mean? So mind your business. Mind your business. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. But let's talk about this real quick, you guys. Behind the numbers up to this point, total yards, we are averaging 261.0. Buffalo is averaging 333.0 a game. This is only after 1 week, you guys, but we're going to go over the numbers. Yards passing, we are averaging 200. They're averaging 236. Yards rushing, we are averaging 61. We couldn't get the run game going in week 1, hoping that changes in week 2. Buffalo is averaging 97 a clip. Yards allowed, passing yards, they're allowing 140. We are allowing 177. Yards rushed allowed, we are allowing 94 rushing yards. They're allowing 172. So those are the team stats up to this point. I'm not afraid. I'm just not afraid of this Buffalo team. I'm not afraid of this Buffalo team, man. I'm not. They've definitely showed a lot of chinks in their armor without Brian DeBall there. And I'm just excited, man. I'm excited about this game. Before we went into the season, I was really nervous about this game. I'm like, man, this is Buffalo. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. but he has been getting worse, you guys. He has been getting worse. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen still isn't a superstar and that the guy, can't get it done. He definitely can. He's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder. But I'm just not afraid of this team. I'm not afraid of this team. You know what I mean? I like our chances with Jacorian and Marcus Peters against Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I'm just, like I said before, I'm worrying about containing Josh Allen, keeping him out of the run game. And I'm worried about those tight ends, our linebacking group, Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane, Luke Masterson. You got to show up. You got to show up this upcoming Sunday because I'm really, really worried about those tight ends balling and beating up the middle of the field this upcoming Sunday. We have to prevent them from chewing up the middle of the field. You know what I mean? And they have, like I said before, two exceptional talents at the tight end position in Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. So we have to keep them under wraps. Let me see. Lord says Doc's got the blood in, blood out hat on. Dan, I agree. Buffalo is tough, but the Raiders definitely have a chance. We definitely have a puncher's chance come Sunday. Let me see. Desert, there's no word on Chandler Jones up to this point. We're kind of sitting around and playing the waiting game, but I'm going to be honest, I don't expect him to be with the team anytime soon. The way he's handled himself, with the text messages, I think that's the thing that's going to prevent him from seeing the field anytime soon, and maybe forever. The way he handled behind the scenes stuff. If he would have just went out and just, complained and did some other things, but releasing text messages with the owner and with your head coach, I think that prevents him from seeing the field anytime soon. Salute Elite. Everybody was always talking about our issues. Buffalo has tension in that locker room. Stephon Diggs is the star wide receiver that is disgruntled. And there's what do they say, Elite? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I know Stephon Diggs has been kind of going at a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram saying it's all cap, it's false, that he was trying to make get out of Buffalo and so on and so forth. I seen a moment there where Josh Allen threw a touchdown to Stephon Diggs last night, and he kind of went up to Josh Allen and patted him on his, on his helmet. Was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But there's definitely something there, Elite. There definitely is. If these guys go 0-2, I can definitely see Stephon Diggs screaming and shouting, trying to get his way out of Buffalo because, that's what Stephon Diggs does. Salute the Raiderzilla, man. You going to Detroit for the Monday night game? I'm definitely going to be out there with my brother Stu, Raiderzilla. So if you're out there, King, let me know. We can definitely meet up, man. Have a coffee or something. Salute to my dog, Raiderzilla, man. Let me see. Let me also get one more in real quick from a member of mine. Salute to my brother, LV Maximus. Good morning, Raider Nation. Keep grinding, Graphk, my brother. I appreciate you, King, as always. Shout out to my big bro, LV Maximus. Salute to my brother, Raider Squid, man. Good morning, brother. Let me see. And let's nip this in the bud real quick as well, you guys. Yes. Salute to Aaron Rodgers. Prayers going out to him. His Achilles, right? He's out for the season, right? They're going with Zach Wilson up to this point with the Jets. I said this at the beginning of the show. If you guys are just joining, we may lose a primetime game depending on where they are. You know what I'm saying? That defense may be able to carry those guys into week 10. And what, but I don't know. They may take that game away from us. But prayers going out to Aaron Rodgers. Hate to see a legend, a GOAT, go out the way he's going out. You know what I'm saying? First series on the offensive side of the ball as a Jet, and boom, Achilles is gone and he's out for the season. You really hate to see it, but then there was already rumblings and rumors going across Twitter and Instagram about the Jets sending a first-round pick for Jimmy G. Stop the cap. Josh McDaniels loves Jimmy G. I know that we all look at him as like that bridge guy, which he is because he's, just getting up there in age. You know what I'm saying? And he's not the guy. You want to have that young quarterback, right, at some point on a rookie deal, whether that's Aiden O'Connell or another guy that we get in a future draft, right? But I don't see, after going 1-0 and going into Buffalo, and if we play these guys, it's just I don't see in any world where the Jets throw us a first-round pick for Jimmy G. It just doesn't make any sense. Why go from leveraging, like they put a lot out there for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? With A-Rod not playing 60% of those snaps, you guys, that first-round pick turns into a second-round pick. So now the Jets are sending a second instead of a first to Green Bay. So they still have that first round pick coming this upcoming draft next season. But let's stop the cap, man. Let's stop the cap. Jimmy G is a Raider. He's not going anywhere. They do not want to force Aiden O'Connell out there. At this point on the depth chart, he is the third guy. He is the emergency quarterback at this point. Brian Hoyer is the backup. So I don't see in any world where the Raiders just give up this year and send Jimmy G off for a first round pick. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And why go from one extreme where Aaron Rodgers, Achilles is out for the season to spending another first round pick and taking on another big contract for another guy who's dealt with durability issues. It just doesn't make any sense. I think the Jets are going to try and fire off of what they have. Zach Wilson is out there. That's the guy. He went out there and beat that Buffalo team last night. He went out there and beat them. I'm saying I know the ground game was great for him, but look, I know he had a pick, but he had a touchdown, a nice one to Garrett Wilson. He made a phenomenal catch. Garrett Wilson is Timothy. He is the next guy up at the wide receiver position in the NFL. He's going to be a superstar. Now I think he only had like 141 yards in the air or somewhere around that, but they're going to go with the young guy. If they can find a free agent somehow, some way, or make another trade for a quarterback, if Zach Wilson shits the bed, they may. But we are not giving up Jimmy G for a first round pick. I mean, don't get me wrong. A first round pick sounds lovely because we know Jimmy G is not going to be the guy for the foreseeable future, right? Like at some point we're going to move on. He has a 3-year deal and we just drafted Aiden O'Connell. And I don't know if they think that he's the one, but he may be. I don't know. But I just don't see us allowing after going 1-0. Like if Jimmy G came out there and shit the bed, what I mean? Like after 1 week, I still don't even think that they even think about it. But he went out there and had a really good game for us. 20 for 26, 200 yards in the air, a pick, 2 touchdowns. This is a guy that's going to be around. So let's kill that narrative, you guys. I know we're going to see a lot of guys doing clickbait and all that other stuff and all this shit about the Jets trading for Jimmy G for a first round pick. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Jimmy G will be a Raider this year. Kill that noise. Point blank, period. The end. Now, if you're asking me, right, would you give up Jimmy G for a first round pick? Man, look, you may have to take the first round pick, even though this regime up to this point, they've only have one first rounder. That is Tyree Wilson. And he looked very, very, very bad in week 1. I'm hoping he develops. I'm hoping he becomes something. But at this point, it's like, shit. I mean, what would we do with that first round pick? Don't get me wrong. There's some great quarterbacks coming out of this draft. You know what I mean? But let's just kill it. Let's just kill it. Let's kill it. Jimmy G is a first. He's quarterback 1. He is Timothy for the Raiders. But I'm going to be honest. For a first round pick for Jimmy G, he may be a Jet, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Salute the XXX Raider. Car shits the bed this season. Like, man, I'm not going to turn this into a Kardashian show, man. Salute to him. You know what I mean? They grinded out a win out there against the Tennessee Titans, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Salute to XXS, man. Salute to Maul. Docs, you tripping. Hey, man, first round pick. Look, man, you may be able to package up that first round pick and move up and potentially get a Caleb Williams or, a Drake May or, one of these other guys. So, a Penix, look, I'm just saying, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Salute to Max. Should we run a 2 QB set between AO4 and Jimmy G to keep defenses guessing this year, Max? It's not going to happen. That's not what Josh McDaniels does. You know what I'm saying? I think with him buried on the depth chart as the third quarterback right now, as that emergency quarterback, I don't see it. I don't see it. The thing is this, Max. If you don't have to have your rookie quarterback see the field once in his rookie year, don't throw him out there to the Wolves. Yes, he had a really good preseason, but there's no reason to force him out there in some type of weird type of looks to get him acclimated to the NFL. Let him sit back, learn this system, and whenever his number is called, it's his time. But until then, no, I do not want to see our young guy, Aiden O'Connell, out there at all. Salute to John, man. Yeah, Shedeur Sanders looks really good too. Definitely, man. And there's a bunch of early predictions on this upcoming draft where a few guys, I think it's Bleacher Report, maybe a few other outlets have Sanders going to the Raiders. So that would be interesting. He looks phenomenal, though. He looks phenomenal out there in Colorado, man. Let me see. Yeah, it's facts, Coach Sippin. No, look, it does not work at all. And could you imagine that, Coach? Like, could you imagine how pissed Jimmy G would be going from that situation early on, that 1 year when they drafted Trey Lance, where they kind of went in and out with him in like the first few weeks of the season, right? Where, Jimmy would come out, then they would take him out for a play or two. Lance would come in. Like, he's already done that. You know what I mean? He's already done that. There's no reason for that. You know what I mean? There's just none. Aiden does not need to see the field at all this season, unless Jimmy G gets hurt, and we do not want to see Brian Hoyer at all. You know what I mean? So just God forbid anything happens to Jimmy G, that's when Aiden O'Connell comes out. Until then, don't force him out there. Travis Hunter is better than Sanders, bro. Simba, I love Travis Hunter. A guy that can play corner at an elite level and at wide receiver. That may be C Wood 2.0 right here, Simba, with Travis Hunter, man. So I would not be against, that. But, we're deep at the wide receiver position. You know what I mean? We could definitely use another corner. You know what I'm saying? With Marcus Peters only on a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? So that is definitely a name to keep an eye on, Travis Hunter. Cornerback, though. Not wide receiver, cornerback. Let me see. Salute to my brother Big Mike in the building. Salute to Sherry. Stop it. It is Hemi G season. Talk that shit, sis. Talk. Let me see. Salute to Roni. Hey, since Jacoby is going to be out, hopefully we get big names or big games from Hunter, Mayer, or Carter. We need a big game from our receiver room. Definitely. We need our tight ends involved in this game, Roni. Definitely. With Jacoby Myers out, your number 2 option, we got to get those tight ends involved. You know what I mean? I want to see Hooper with more than one reception for 20 yards. I want to see Mayer get his first catch in the NFL. You know what I mean? These guys definitely need to be active and moving and shaking come Sunday. But I want to see Hunter Renfrow have a big game as well. Salute to Reed. Let me see. Yeah, and salute, man, to you, man. I actually talked to Big Mike. We were on a Zoom call yesterday, and I asked him, man, like, look, let's do some film breakdown on that Merrick and Epps combo for week 1. Hopefully my bro puts it together. I know he's going to do something else also on Tyree Wilson, but I would love to see a film breakdown on Trayvon Merrick and Marcus Epps week 1. They both gave up touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? They got to do better in coverage moving forward, but I definitely would love. Big Mike, I see you in the chat, brother. Please, please, please put some film together, man, with that all 22 for Trayvon Merrick and Marcus Epps. I would love to see it. Let me see. He will. 207, he will. He will. He definitely will. We're going to see him active. Corey, it has not been released yet. Myers is still in concussion protocol right now. I'm assuming the way he looked that he will not be playing this upcoming Sunday. You know what I mean? And to be real with you, there's no need to throw him out there and potentially get him hurt. Even more. The way his eyes were, the way his hands were, there's no reason to try and force Myers out there. Buffalo's coming off of a short week, an OT game at that. You know what I mean? There's no real reason to force him out there when you have such a deep wide receiver room anyway. With DeAndre Carter, bring Trey Tucker, make sure you activate him, Hunter Renfrow. There's no real reason to force Myers out there. You know what I mean? Allow him to heal up and get ready for Pittsburgh, in Vegas, our first home game. There's no way I see him playing at all. Salute to Big Mike, my brother, man. Yes, it's time to activate Nesta Jade. Looking back at some of this tape, you guys, I know a lot of people have been throwing tape out there on Twitter and Instagram, and I've done my share of homework also. They look bad. Bilal Nichols, John Jenkins, they gave up some big plays on the interior of that defensive line. It is time to bring in the young guy. You know what I'm saying? I get, we brought the veteran in, John Jenkins. What is he, 35, 36 years old? He's up there in age. We had Adam Butler out there. He didn't really perform well week one either. We got to get the young guy out there. Get him activated, man. Get that young energy out there. We need that feistiness from that defensive line. And I can only imagine what Nesta J would look like in the middle of that D line with Max on one edge and whoever it is, Tyree or Malcolm Kuntz on the other side. It is time to get the young guy out there, inject some youth into that defensive line, man, because they look gassed out there. I know Bilal Nichols is still fairly young. I know Tillery's still fairly young, but John Jacobs, Adam Butler's, they're a little older. It's time to inject some youth movement into that defensive tackle position. This is facts. I don't even care if you put Matthew Butler out there. If you bring him off the practice squad, we need to see some type of effort from these young guys. We need some young youth, some energy out there on the D-line. Salute to John, man. Hey, Graphk, salute. Sorry if I've bombarded you with the Wilson shots and game break. Oh no, man. How you gonna bombard me, bro? I love it. You put me up on game, man. Was it helpful? Unwarranted? I can pound sand if not wanted. Stop, man. Stop, John. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate anyone that sends me stuff like that to look at, man. You guys always keep me on my toes and give me homework to do. So, John, never think that you've bombarded me, brother. Never that, man. Salute to you on the $5 donation, and salute to you on all the messages and DMs you sent me. You definitely gave me some homework to do, man. Salute. Well, this is another name, Byron Young. Want to see him out there more. Our 3rd round pick. Definitely want to see him out there a lot more involved at Alabama. Yeah, Jenkins is 34. Adam Butler's on his way to 30 years old, Mo. Facts. Let me see. Salute to LV. I give Merrick credit. He made that one-arm tackle on the tight end in the last drive to stop the Broncos. 3 yards short for the first. Pivotal. Yeah, man. I've said this since the game, that I think that Merrick had a great game in terms of, tackling. He made some big plays for us. It's just he's still very suspect in coverage. You know what I'm saying? And this is a guy, LV, at TCU that was a ball hawk, that was known to be around the ball all the time, known to get his hands on the football. We need more of that from him, though. You know what I mean? You don't want to have 2 starting safeties just strong and free that can't get to the football. They got to make some plays on the ball. You know what I mean? Yes, he has some great tackles, and I applaud him for that. Definitely. But he needs to be able to get to the football. He has to make some plays. You know what I'm saying? And if he can't do it, put Paul Amal out there. Put Paul Amal, man. That is a guy that I think is a playmaker. Yes, there's a lot that he needs to do in terms of getting his game, together for the NFL level. But if Merrick can't get it done, look, man, I'm sorry. Put Paul Amal out there a little bit more. Let me see what he can do. Because I feel like he's more of a playmaker at this point than Merrick. Even the pick 6 in preseason, it's like Merrick cannot come down with a football at all. Like if we need to get Paul Amal more involved from the safety position, because these guys, man, it's like, dude, like him and Epps, man, we gotta get some turnovers. We gotta force some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, and these guys definitely have to pay what they weigh. Let me see. Salute to my guys, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Shout out to YouTube. Will we get another flea flicker this week? I don't know, man. The one that we had this past week looked bad, so I don't know. We shall see. If we have any trick plays, man, I'm hoping that Trey Tucker is activated. Let me just say that. I hope that Trey Tucker's out there. CJ, yes, I want to see Palomal or Chris Smith. Then Trayvon can't catch a cold, man. Josh Allen plays so recklessly. Yes. Another guy that we're not talking about, Chris Smith, that wasn't active this past week. Maybe he is a guy that you have out there, man, a guy that has been proven at the collegiate level, you know what I mean, a leader in that Georgia defense, 2-time national champion. Maybe, just maybe, we see him active this week, because just like you said, man, Merrick has not been able to catch a cold. Wipe them feet, you guys. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button, man. We are now officially under 100 subs to get to 20K, you guys. We need about 80, 90 subs. Make sure to hit that sub button, man. Salute to Max. What's up with Harmon? He looked more like the safety we needed. Epps was slipping and sliding all over the place. And I think Duron Harmon is still a free agent at this point. And there was mutual interest. Yeah, he's a free agent. He's still a free agent. The 32-year-old is still a free agent. But there was mutual interest in Duron Harmon coming back from the Raiders organization and Duron Harmon. But he is up there in age, but he was a playmaker for us last year. The closer did some good things for us at the safety position. So, but I think they're trying to go with the youth movement here, Max. I think they are. They're trying to go with the young Epps, the young Merrick, the young Palomal, the young Chris Smith, the young Roderick Teamer. You know what I mean? I think they're trying to get away from the aging veterans at the safety position. And I get it. Oh, Harmon Saab today? Harmon signed today to a practice squad? It says he's a free agent right now on let me see. Let me see if it updated. Let me see if it updated. Oh, yep. 12 minutes ago, the Ravens signed Deron Harmon to the practice squad. So there you have it. That's no longer an option right there. Deron Harmon has went to Baltimore. They got some injuries, themselves out there. Let me see. I see my brother in here. Salute to Andy, man. Honestly, I don't really like Graham. At what point is he held accountable? He came in and promised a multiple defense. Instead, we get the same nickel one deep safety. Well, it's only 1 week, Andy. And I know how critical you are, bro, and I respect it and I love you for it. It's only 1 week, man. Denver put up 16 points. The most yards any receiver had was a running back, and I think he had like 30 plus receiving yards. At the end of the day, yeah, man, the defense didn't look great at all times this past Sunday, but we held them to 16 yards. We held them up. 16 points. We held them to under 100 yards on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but let's be a little patient here. Let's see what we look like against this pass heavy Buffalo team. Let's see what we look like against, Pittsburgh, with Najee Harris out there in the likes of George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. You know what I mean? And their nice tight end that they have out there. Let's be a little patient here, Andy. You know what I mean, bro? I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny because shout out to my brother Andy. I love him to death. He's so young. Like, he hasn't even seen, Andy hasn't been around for the terrible teams. I've seen some terrible teams in the 80s, early 90s, late 90s. You know what I mean? Andy, don't rush the process, brother. Don't rush the process, man. Don't rush, King. Let's see what Graham looks like in the next few weeks. Chuck, definitely. Andy don't give a fuck, and I love it sometimes. Elite. We live in a microwave society. Everybody thinks everything should be instant. This is facts. And shout to Bert the Jerk. There goes negative Nandy. Salute to my brother, man. Also, is Deontay Johnson out for a few weeks also? I didn't see that. Let me see. That's an interesting. Wow. Let me see. I didn't see that. He's expected to miss a few weeks due to the hamstring injury he occurred in week 1. Okay. So we're not going to be facing Deontay Johnson either. Wow. Okay. That's a big blow for that Pittsburgh offense next week. That's major. And Cam Hayward is out that game as well. That's a huge blow for them at the defensive tackle position. Huge blow. Yep, CJ, exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. That's big. Going to be a major game for us in Vegas, our first home game, week 3. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Chili, there's no update yet on Jacoby Myers. I'm assuming we'll probably hear more about Jacoby Thursday. Maybe tomorrow, Thursday, the latest, you'll hear more about Jacoby. But I'm going to be honest, you guys, we should not expect the young wide receiver to be out there week 2. Allow him to heal, recuperate from that devastating blow. He'll be back Pittsburgh. I do not see in any world where this guy plays this upcoming week in Buffalo. Salute to LM. I live in Cali, but I'm in Mex for vacation. Always watching your content. Graphk, let's go Raiders. Salute to my dog on the $5 donation. I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute. Salute to James Lillard, man. I really wish we could attack the pocket more. If we can't do it with just the defensive line, we should blitz more with Hobbs and Diablo. D seems very passive. And we know how this goes. Graham is not a major blitzer. James. It's not a guy that's going to blitz every down. You know what I mean? He definitely needs to get a little more aggressive out there, to create some turnovers. But I agree with you, man. The D did seem a little passive. There was no turnovers. I believe there was one fumble recovery that came back. I believe it was called back on a penalty. But other than that, man, we definitely got to start creating some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. And that definitely starts with our defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. Salute to my dog, James. Let me see. Hondo said he might play. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me look at this. He must have tweeted something out. Let me see what Hondo got going on. But a lot of people have been hitting me up asking you guys about the Jets. We already talked about this, potentially trading a first-round pick for Jimmy G services. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking right now. I'm going to read this. Shout out to Hondo, man. I'm going to share this real quick, you guys, and let's read it. Let's read it together as a family, man. Oh, he said it on his YouTube video. Okay. But let me see if somehow, some way it pops up on here as well. All right, close this. Boom. Shout out to Hondo. During the offseason, one of the Raiders' more significant moves was to sign wide receiver Jakobi Meyers to a 3-year deal. Coach McDaniels and the Raiders felt Meyers fit right into the Raiders' offensive identity on the field and the type of player they wanted off the field. All right, blah, blah, blah. Myers showed why on Sunday. He always comes up big in big games. Today was no different, McDaniel said. In his first game with the Las Vegas Raiders, Myers immediately showed his value to the Raiders' offense in more ways than one. Myers' various traits make him an asset to the offense, even when the ball is not going to him. He does a lot of the dirty work, and this is facts. McDaniel said he blocks in our running game. He can go inside and make plays outside. That's facts. He has good size and can make some things happen on third down or the red zone. This is why he is here. Ziegler was able to get that taken care of. So we got a guy on the other side of Devontae and two receiver sets who does some of those same things the way he does them. Okay, Myers finished the game as the leading receiver for the Raiders with 9 receptions for 81 yards and 2 tutties, making a catch that would essentially put the game away for Las Vegas. However, it came at a cost. While being tackled short of a first down, Myers sustained what appeared to be a concussion. As of now, McDaniel says there is no new information on the status of Myers other than the fact that Myers is in concussion protocol. I don't have an update on Jakobi. McDaniel said on Monday he is in the concussion protocol. So that I'll say about this. So that's all I'll say about that. He's a football player. He is tough. Says nothing on this specific article, you guys. So I'll definitely go check out his show on YouTube and see what he had to say. But according to the chat, he did say something along the lines of he expects him to play. Okay, Hondo said that on his podcast this morning. And look, I definitely respect Hondo, but I'm going to be real. I don't think Hondo really has any insight when it comes to this player, to the player's health and the way the coaching staff is going to go about this. You know what I'm saying? He definitely still has to pass the protocol, the concussion protocol to get through. But I'm going to wait until, our coaching staff and our organization releases the news on him. I'm going to kind of reserve and hold out my expectations on him until then. But salute to Hondo, man. I love the work that Hondo provides. Whether it's the podcast writing, Hondo does a great job. Is Shieldmore getting together to preview week 2? Yes, James. As always, we will be doing something here this week. And also tonight, me and Hammer will be doing our phone call show, you guys. If you guys are you want to get your voices heard, you want to scream and shout about the Denver game or the upcoming Buffalo game, make sure you guys call into tonight's show. Me and Hammer will be definitely doing that show 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Let me see. Yeah, salute to Ricky Two Toes. Definitely props to Hondo. Love the way he goes about his business. Josh, I'll be at most home games, and I'll probably be at the Detroit Lions game and maybe the Miami game in Miami. We shall see. Let me see. St. Cal, I don't disagree with you, brother, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to put him out there if he's not ready to go. We definitely need Jakobi out there. We definitely need all hands on deck. We got out of that week 1 crazy game with the Denver Broncos pretty much unharmed, unscathed, right? Like, our injury report, I think we're pretty good outside of Jacoby, but yes, we do need him out there. But at the end of the day, not at the expense of his health. If he's not truly ready to go, I'm not throwing him out there, man. At the end of the day, you guys, you're not going to beat Buffalo going out there and gunslinging and trying to play it through the air with Josh Allen. That's not the way you go about beating Buffalo. I know Mahomes has done it with those shootouts. We don't have a Mahomes on this roster at the quarterback position. You don't want to go out there and have a shootout with the Buffalo Bills. You want to slow the game down. We need Josh Jacobs to run the ball effectively. We need our run game to get going. We have to run the ball effectively come Sunday. No shootouts with Josh Allen. You do not want to see that happening. Slow the game down. Slow the game down. You are on the road in a hostile environment. The Bills fans are pissed right now, losing Monday Night Football week 1. It's going to be a loud, obnoxious crowd out there. We need to be able to run the ball effectively. And that's where, point blank period, that's one of my keys to this victory is running the ball effectively. Yes, it sucks to not have your true number 2 wide receiver out there potentially, but you got to run the ball. You got to get your tight ends involved. Short, intermediate passes to the tight ends. Eat up the middle of the field. Eat that clock up. Run the ball with Josh. That's how you win this game. Not going out there and making making major mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to throw the ball all over the place. These guys have a really good DB room. You know what I mean? You do not want to play that type of game with the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Look what the Jets did last night. They ran the ball effectively. They only had 140 yards, I believe, in the air with a backup quarterback, and they ran the ball. Breece Hall over what 120, 130, 140 in the on the ground. I think on 10 carries. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, Breece Hall, 127 on 10 carries. Dalvin Cook, 33 yards, 13 carries. Michael Carter had 1 carry for 6 yards. Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Every game is hard, Raiders guy. Every game is hard. And you can see it from week 1. Denver was rough. You know what I mean? It's a road game. It's the beginning of the season. Buffalo cannot afford to start off the season 0-2. They can't. They can't. And they know that. That division, man, you don't want to play around like that. You got the Jets in your division. You got the Pats. There's no way you want to start off in your division 0-2. So Buffalo's going to come out for blood, you guys. They are. Salute to Pablo. McDaniel's game plans are good. Players have to execute. I agree. And I think they did that in week 1. And I know a lot of people are upset about the tight ends not being involved. Where's Michael Mayer? Hunter Renfrow not having 1 target. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But at the end of the day, Jimmy G surveyed the field. He went through his progressions the way he was supposed to, and he found the receivers that were open. At the end of the day, if that's what it takes to win ball games, I'm all for that. But I'm telling you now, the game plan is going to be significantly different this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be different. Yeah, CJ, we start 2-0, man. These networks are going to go on strike. This is facts. Because realistically, you guys, if we can go out there and beat Buffalo and you're playing a hurt Pittsburgh team week 3, we could potentially go 3-0. I'm not looking past Buffalo at all. This is going to be a rough. This may be one of the toughest games of the season for us. You know what I'm saying? We can go out there and play a hard-fought game, or we can get blown out. It can go either way. I'm going to be real with you. I don't see us going out to Buffalo and just blowing these dudes out by any stretch. We either win by a close margin, or we may go potentially out there and get blown out. It can go either way. This is a phenomenal Buffalo Bills team on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. Yes, they're missing Von Miller right now. Yes, they're missing a few weapons, but this is still the Buffalo Bills. But they have looked different on the offensive side of the ball without Brian DeBall. They have. You see. Do you think the Broncos defense was intentionally trying to hurt our players? I remember the Sean Payton bounty hunter, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff, man. I think this One Nation, I think it's a rough game, right? You're playing against a divisional rival. You're trying to, let these guys know we ain't no punks. We're coming out here for blood. I don't think that it was a intentional thing. I don't. I think this is football. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you, One Nation. I'm older. I'll be 40 years old in January. The football that I watched, those were regular plays. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was intentional. I just think they were out there playing football. They were out there playing football. You know what I mean? But do I think that they should be fined for the way they went about their business because the rules have changed? You know what I'm saying? Yes, definitely. Definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely. Those guys should be fined for those hits. But I don't think that it was an intentional thing at all. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, those two 15-yard, that cost those guys the game. You know what I'm saying? That's 30 yards that you gave us. You know, I don't know why you would intentionally do something to put yourself out of the game. Salute the Perk Angle. Never look past a team in the NFL at all, especially a team like Buffalo that has all that talent on both sides of the ball. You cannot look past Buffalo. In Buffalo. This is going to be a tough game, you guys. I know we watched, the Jets lose the Jets beat Buffalo last night. We seen Buffalo only put 16 points up. That is a top-notch, top 3 defense in the NFL, you guys. We are not there yet. In the words of Devontae Adams, we are not there yet on the defensive side of the ball. So at the end of the day, Buffalo is facing a different defense. We are not a top 3 defense. That is a rough defense to go against. Those corners, those safeties, those linebackers, that defensive line, they are a tough squad from the first level of their defense to the second to the third level of their defense. That is a rough defense. We are not there. We're not there yet. Buffalo will definitely score more than 16 points against our Raiders this Sunday, you guys. I know people don't want to hear it. I understand that, but they will score more points than 16 points. It is what it is. So we need to come prepared. That defense needs to be ready. We need to create some turnovers. Salute to LT, my family on the $1 donation. I appreciate you, family, as always. Salute to my brother Chuck Taylor. Almost 800 people in the building. Wipe them feet, you guys. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. I'm looking at the numbers right now. We're getting closer and closer to 20K, you guys. Make sure you hit that sub button if you're not subbed yet. Let me see. Yeah, I agree. Fartsicles. One of these other guys has to step up pass rushing. Tillery flashed a few times, and he got a pick. He got a sack. Thought Diablo and Spillane were actually a pleasant surprise, and I agree with you. Man. I definitely do. This upcoming week, if you can't get any pressure from the interior of your defensive line, you know what we're gonna have to do? We have to switch some things up. I want to see Palamau closer to the line of scrimmage. He is a rocket. Get him up there close to the line of scrimmage. Allow him to get to the quarterback. That guy is fast as shit. Have Palamau getting to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Send Nate Hobbs a few times. You know what I mean? One of our best tacklers on this team. Send him if you need to. You know what I mean? Send Jacorian Bennett, the speed that he possesses on the perimeter. Get a little creative here. If that defensive line cannot create that type of pressure, you may have to start sending them safeties. You may have to start sending those DBs. You know what I mean? Those corners. Whatever you got to do to get creative, if you got to send Divine Diablo, whatever you have to do, get to the quarterback this week, because we see what happens when you put pressure on Josh Allen. Bad things happen when Josh Allen has pressure on him. If it's not coming from the defensive line, send those safeties, send those corners, send those linebackers. Whatever you have to do, get creative. Just put pressure on that quarterback. Shout out to Big Time. We'll win 28-13. Josh Allen wants to take them hits. Hit his ass then. Hunter Renfrow and DeAndre Carter have to be utilized. Josh goes for 100+. Salute to my dog. I think it's going to be closer than that, Big Time, but I love the optimism, my brother. Salute to you on the $5 donation. Salute to my dog, Sean. 3-man rush QB spy with man zone and Buffalo pass game finished. And with 52 defense will curb Bills run game, period. Talk that shit, Sean L. Appreciate you on the $5 donation, and salute to pride and purpose. The players are bought in. Big difference from last year. The defense is faster. What I like to see is the coaching staff make necessary adjustments, preferably on the defensive side of the ball, pride and purpose. Facts, my brother. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. Let me see. Yeah, Michael, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're giving up ass in coverage, right? Merrick and Epps. I mean, look, FC, man, you know what I mean? Look, shit. Send him in. Send him in. Daniel, I don't really see what Jordan Willis will provide for that defensive line. If anything, we signed him to the practice squad. If he is active, he'll be a key figure in special teams. But I don't really know. I mean, he can kick inside, he can kick out, but I don't really see him providing that pressure that we need. There's a reason why we let Jordan Willis go, and then now we brought him back to the practice squad with Chan being out. But I don't really think that he really provides that pressure that we need. Let me see. I like that, Mondo. Shit, I feel we are going to get a kick return for that TD. Whether it's Trey Tucker or DeAndre Carter, I'm here for it. Salute to my dog, Mondo. We need a lot more blitzes. We didn't get that much pressure on Wilson in the extended plays. We need Allen to get that ball out quick. Factory outlet, Papa T. Facts. Albert, that's why I gave Josh Jacobs the game ball. That's why I gave him the game ball against Denver. That block was key for allowing Jimmy G to escape. It created a lane for him to run for that first down. Game over. Salute to Josh Jacobs. Let me see. Shout out to Pastor. Do you think that Jimmy G is just not a good ball thrower, or is it just something that he needs to develop? At this point, I like the way Jimmy G throws the ball. Pastor, what do you mean? I mean, he's not going to be a guy that's going to be throwing deep balls every other play, but I think that he's, very accurate. I think that he gets the ball to the wide receivers in space, allows them to, yards after the catch. I don't really. What do you mean, Pastor? Let me. And at this point, if you think he's going to develop more, I mean, at the age he is, I think this is who Jimmy G is. I don't think there's really too much to develop with Jimmy G. But I like the way that Jimmy G throws the football. There was one play where in the back of the end zone where Jacoby Myers missed that ball that was thrown to him in between two defenders. It was a pretty tight window, but Jimmy got the ball in there. The ball was kind of an ugly throw. I thought initially that maybe it might have been tipped. Okay, you said deep ball. Sorry. Okay, got you. That's not his strong suit. I don't want Jimmy G going out there and launching the ball all over the place. That's when bad things happen. You know what I'm saying? Short, intermediate passes, beat up the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? Allow, find Devontae in space so he can clean up and get those yards after the catch. Find your tight ends in space. Allow them to get that yak. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Jimmy G throwing deep balls unless there is a clear wide receiver or tight end or even a running back, open. There's no reason to go deep with Jimmy G if you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? That's not his strong suit. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people beat Jimmy G up for overthrowing Emmanuel Sanders in that Super Bowl. That was one play that could have won them the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, you don't want to see him throw the deep ball a lot. You just don't. You know what I mean? That's not his game. It's not. Let me see. Salute to LT. Just need to clean up our penalties. Facts. And I think a few of those penalties were bullshit. I think you need to at least take 30 to 40 yards off of those penalties. You know what I'm saying? The Jacorian Bennett 2 times was bullshit. There was a few plays where I was like, but we definitely do need to clean up the penalties. Boneheaded penalties. The Jermaine Illuminor, false start penalties. You're a veteran. Michael Mayer grabbing onto the back of the defender's jersey. We got to clean some of that mess up. The Luke Masterson boneheaded, contact on the punter that almost lost us that game. We definitely need to clean some of those up. Elite, this is facts. The offense is predicated and dominated the 12 to 20 yard range in the passing game. This is facts, Elite. Facts. That's all you need from this quarterback is those short intermediate passes. Yak and Top. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Don't fry Spillane for one missed tackle. He balled out against Denver. He looked really good out there. I'm not going to beat him up at all. I actually liked I thought this Spillane had a really good game for us. Outside of, P. Ryan running through his face one time, I thought he had a pretty good game. Let me see. Today's game is about receivers that get that yak, and Tay is one of the best at it. Deep throws are for wide open guys. Can't run a post every play. Talk, Papa T. Talk that shit. Let me see. There you go. I love that analogy. Do you want Shaq taking 17 footers? You people are crazy, man. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, man, you got to go deep somewhere. You know what I mean? Just not on the football field. I'm cool with, Jimmy G, man, him me over there going deep in the Bunny Ranch. There you go. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, man, I think, this Sunday, you guys, I think our keys to victory is you have to continue to make Josh Allen turn the ball over. That's it. This defense needs to have a big game for us. You have to create some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. Period, point blank, the end. I want to see Max. I want to see the Condor get to Josh Allen a few times. Maybe create a fumble, turnover. I would love it. I think Max can get it done. I definitely expect Marcus Peters to have a game. I mean, look, they have some great receivers out there in Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. Marcus Peters will probably give up some big plays this upcoming week, but I do think that he'll still make a big play. I got Marcus Peters with a pick, and I'm hoping and praying that maybe one of these two guys, Jacorian Bennett, can get one on the other side, maybe even Nate Hobbs in the slot. I would love it. And these linebackers need to show up. We need as much help as possible against those tight ends. Got to keep those tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. You got to keep them humble. Keep them at bay. Do not allow Josh Allen to chew up the middle of the field with those two tight ends. Those are phenomenal talents with both of those tight ends. We got to keep an eye on them and running the ball. The offensive line has to do a better job of run blocking week 2 against this Buffalo defensive line. You have to be able to open up some lanes for Josh Jacobs to make some plays. They didn't do that week 1. We need them to play lights out on the offensive line, getting it done on the pass pro like they did week 1 and run blocking. We got to have that O-line play a complete game, not just half, a complete game in week 2. Let me see. Top says LBs, big time. And this is the problem, Top. You know what I mean? They definitely helped. Those linebackers definitely helped, but we don't have a linebacking core like the Jets. The Jets have a number 1 defense probably in the league. Them, the Cowboys, the Niners, whatever, however you want to place them. But those are top three defenses in the league. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the linebackers that the Jets have. You know what I mean? So putting a lot of pressure, on Spillane and Divine Diablo and Luke Masterson to get it done is a little nerve-wracking, right? But they got to show out. Spillane has to go out there and show why we went out and got him in free agency. You know what I'm saying? Divine Diablo has to show why we still have him on this roster being drafted from the previous regime. We got to see some glimmer. You know what I mean? We got to see we got to see something from that linebacking core in week 2. And I think Divine Diablo and Spillane had a really good week 1. Not beating them up at all, but I think that they're going to be challenged in coverage this week. You know what I mean? Divine Diablo, you are converted safety. We got to see you be able to guard tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spillane is not known for his coverage ability, but there may be some times where you have to see him, matched up against a tight end. These guys have 2 big weapons at the tight end position. We got to find a way to keep them honest. I can see that. And I'm not against that. Keep Diggs. If you can take Diggs out the game and force Gabe Davis to be that guy, the other option on the other side of the ball, I'm cool with that. Whatever you got to do to bracket. Diggs is one of the best wide receivers in the league for a reason. I would definitely bracket him. Definitely. Hager, we shall see if Bernie gets his first burn, no pun intended, in week 2. We shall see, because we've seen what this regime did in week 1. They had a lot of their young guys inactive. Trey Tucker, Bernie, Nesta Jade. I want to see Nesta Jade out there, definitely. And I would love to see a little bit of Amari Bernie out there as well. If you become one-dimensional and only dink and dunk, the defense will cheat up and make it difficult to get those yards after the catch plays. Facts, AC. Facts. Double team Diggs on crucial third downs. Yeah, man, that's one thing we definitely got to do this upcoming Sunday is get off the field on third down. Get off the field. Don't allow these guys to have a whole nother series or 2. Get off the field on third downs. Yes, Albert, I love Jacorian Bennett. I think that at some point he's going to be a lockdown corner in this league. I think that the refs did not allow the young kid to play his game in week 1. They gave him called 2 terrible pass interference calls on him. Especially one of them was really terrible. I don't even see how the ball wasn't even catchable. And they called a penalty on Jacorian Bennett. But I like the way he looks. I like the way he comes downfield to tackle. Like, I think Jacorian Bennett is going to be a breath of fresh air for us. Let me see. The deep game helps open up the run game. CJ, I hear you. Shout out to Ben. Week 1, Diablo did well. Need pressure from Malcolm, Kuntz, and Tyree. Talk that talk, Ben. Talk, my brother. Talk. Salute to you. I definitely want to see more Malcolm Kuntz out there. Shout out to Raider Prophet. I'm ready to see a double tight end set with Adams and Tucker in a double slot. That would be that was an unstoppable Patriot way. And you know what's funny? We seen Adams lined up in the slot a few times this past Sunday. We seen Hunter Renfrow lined up on the outside. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see the way Josh McDaniels puts this offense together come week 2. I'm excited about it. But we did see Devontae lined up all over the place. We've seen Hunter on the perimeter. I'm excited to see what he does against this Buffalo Bills team. Salute to Raider Prophet, man. Athletic supporters, sell out to rush the passer. Josh Allen will handle the rest. Talk. Turnovers inevitable once he leaves the pocket. Talk that shit, athletic supporters. Salute to Graham Cam. I want to see a 4-3 and 3-4 to go along with the nickel. That's why I agree with Andy's comment earlier. We shall see. We shall see what Graham has up his sleeve come Sunday. Graham, definitely. Let me see. Sincal says, Graphk, my keys to victory are control the time of possession, win the turnover battle, run the rock, and sprinkle in some passes to Devontae and co. Raiders win 28-24. And that is closer to where I have this game. As the week goes on, I'll give my score, prediction. But mine is going to be a little more along the lines of that, closer to a lot more closer game, slowing down the game, running the ball effectively, long drives. The way we handled those last 5 minutes of that game was exceptional, you guys. And we have not done that since 2000. The way we went out there with 5 minutes left in the game and ran, did what we did, ran the ball, threw the ball, they didn't even get an opportunity to get the football back to win that game. That's what we need to do. Chew that clock up. I definitely agree with you, brother. Shout out to Sherry. Do you think Tyree should play? Yes. There's no way you take him out. First of all, we're already thin at the defensive edge. I mean, as a defensive end position. You know what I'm saying? We need as much edge rushers as possible, moving forward. So I don't think you sit your young guy, Sherry, after 1 week. You know what I mean? You have to put him out there. You have to let him take his bumps and bruises. You have to make sure that he learns from his mistakes. The last thing you want to do is sit your guy after having a bad game. He's a first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? He has to figure it out. The only way he's going to learn is throwing him out there. It's either sink or swim. You know what I mean? You bound to Drizzle if you don't change the way you go about the game. One thing I see with Tyree is he was gassed a lot. He has to get better in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And this is also, a thing from coming off of surgery, not having any training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely needs to get his condition in order as well, because he looked gassed a lot out there. He definitely looked gassed, but you got to play him. You got to play him, Sherry. You have to. Salute to Mr. Casual on a $10 donation. Some perspective. Raiders won against high altitude, rain, self-deflating penalties, new and improved Broncos team, dirty tackling, rusty Josh Jacobs, hostile territory. We are just getting started. Talk that shit, Mr. Casual. Thank you on a great comment and a $10 donation, family. There was another thing that I wanted to read to you guys real quick also. Let me see. I'm going to find this on Twitter. This was a great Let me see. I'm going to find this tweet, you guys. Make sure you guys hit them thumbs up, you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to find this tweet. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. Boom. All right. Yep. Shout to AFL Godfather. This went down my timeline on Twitter, you guys. Raiders versus Bills. Regular season, Raiders lead 21-19. Okay. So we got 2 games up on them in the victory column. Postseason, Bills lead 2-0. So where it matters the most, they've gotten us out of here. They lead in postseason 2-0. Raiders at home, 14-6. Raiders on the road, 7-13. Current streak, Buffalo has won 2 straight games. So we got to end that trend. We got to get them out of here. They have definitely won two games in a row on us. Salute to AFL Godfather on Twitter. Great tweet, man. Great tweet. Salute to Max. Talking about being gassed. I want to see Tyree and Josh Jacobs on a treadmill this week. Talk that talk. You know what, though? I also want to see Dylan Parham right there next to him. Right there next to him. You know, I think he left a lot to be desired out there week 1. He didn't look too good. Parham did not look good to me at all week 1. So if there's 3 treadmills lined up together, put Tyree right there. I don't know about Josh, but hey, why not? Put him out there. Put Dylan Parham right there as well. Put him right there next to him. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Oh, yeah, top. Yeah. Josh knows. He knows. JJ talked about being a little rusty. He'll improve as well. That's the thing that we have to stop looking at these so-called sexy stats. Yes, he gave up 0 sacks. Yes, he was pretty good in pass pro, but in the run blocking was bad. It was bad. If you go back and look at the tape, the run blocking was bad. You're not going to beat Buffalo, you guys, going out there trying to throw the ball around. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to beat Buffalo by going out there and trying to play Josh Allen's game, gunslinging and no, we're not going to do that. You got to slow the game down. I hate that I keep repeating myself, but you have to slow the game down against this defense. You have to keep that offense off the field. You have to run the ball effectively. He did give up 0 sacks, but also he was very questionable in run blocking situations. He did not open up enough lanes for Josh to find ways to get loose. So he needs to do better on the left side of that line. I loved Greg Van Rotten the way he looked. He looked great on the right side. You know what I'm saying? We need Parham to look like that on the left side, and maybe we can run the ball effectively in week 2. Yeah, Sean, terrible soft ass run blocking. Talk that shit like, bro. It didn't look good. I was shocked at how poorly our run blocking was this year compared to last year. And it's only week 1. It's going to take some time. It's definitely going to take some time. But yeah, man, a little spooky. And I agree with this, Cane Town. I like this. We really need to sign a legit running back too. It is clear, you guys, they have no plans for Amir Abdullah in this run game. They're going to use him as a clear-cut passing game type running back. He's going to be very effective. You know, he's going to be a guy that we see in the passing game. Brandon Bolden has been pretty much assigned to special teams. He is a special teams guy, emergency running back. Zeus, 1 rep, I believe, for 2 yards, and I think 1 pass or 1 reception for like 4 or 5 yards. Yes, we need a legit running back too. You know what? K-Town, sneaky pickup. Sneaky pickup, Kareem Hunt. Why not? He'll be inexpensive right now. Won't cost anything. I know he's probably sitting back, waiting to see if any other team. I wouldn't be shocked if the Baltimore Ravens take a look at him. With Dobbins out for the season now, they may bring him in. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be shocked. I think he will probably end up with the Baltimore Ravens. Keep an eye on Indianapolis with Jonathan Taylor's situation. You know what I'm saying? And Zach Moss, he's injured as well. Maybe they look at Kareem Hunt again. I don't know. There may be another team that pops out the woodworks that looks at him, but I would love to bring Kareem Hunt in. I would love to bring him in. You need that true number 2. I don't know if Mark Davis would do it, with the, past domestic dispute that he had. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they look at Kareem Hunt, but I would definitely love to bring him in. I know a lot of us hate him from his time in Kansas City and blah, blah, but that would be a phenomenal 1-2 punch with him and Kareem Hunt. That's how you take the offense to the next level, saying, you know what, Zeus, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're going to be our third back. Is what it is. Bring in Kareem Hunt. We freed up $10 million, you guys. We freed up $10 million. I mean, well, now, we have, about $10 million. Why not? Why not go spend a little milli on bringing in Kareem Hunt? Not against it at all. Let me see. There's a name to keep an eye on, Damian Williams. Where is he at right now, you guys? Is he still a free agent? Let me see where he is right now. I think he's still a free agent. 31 years old. Yeah, he's not with any team right now. Damian Williams is a definite free agent right now. So another guy that looked pretty well for us in preseason, a guy that a lot of people in the nation were shocked that we let him go. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be against bringing in Damian Williams also, but I just think if you want to have a true running back too, why don't you bring in Kareem Hunt? Let me see. Zach says, been saying this since draft day. Tyree needs to be faster off the line. And personally, I think we move him around the line. People saying Merrick played bad, but in the second half, he made tackles. I agree with you. In coverage, there was some definite problems, but yes, he definitely made some plays in the second half. And you're definitely going to see Tyree move around. They got to play this kid to his strengths. If you can somehow, some way build up some type of confidence in a rookie, if you got to put him in there and utilize his strength as a DT right now to provide some pressure from the interior, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's clear. Week 1, he was gassed. He was 3 or 4 seconds behind the rest of the defensive line. That left tackle got a chance to breathe. Every play Tyree Wilson was out there, it was like he was just chilling. He was just – that left tackle probably could have played an entire full game after that game. Real talk. That left tackle, man, Garrett Bowles could have probably played a full game right after that game. Straight up. Let me see. Look, I'm sorry. Brandon Bolden. Bye-bye. Free up that roster spot. We have enough players on our special teams. Get them out of here. Save some money. Me personally. Or you can just bring up the GOAT, Sincere McCormick. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just bring up the GOAT. Bring up the GOAT. Bring up the GOAT. Bring up the GOAT, Sincere McCormick. You know what I mean? But we shall see. Salute to everybody here in the building. True Raider says we need to blitz a lot Sunday. I would love to bring up Sincere because it's clear and it's evident that Zeus was not the right pick at all. Let me see. Salute to everybody here. We are still almost 800 deep, you guys. Wipe them feet. Also hit that subscribe button. We are about 75 away from 20K. It's because of you guys, man. I appreciate you. And real quick, also, I want to do this. WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go over there, buy some goat whiskey. Salute to my brother, Charles Woodson. Salute to my boy, Jay and Joel over there. WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go over there and buy some bottles. OakLosVegas.com. Go support the drip. PlanetRaiders.com for everything Raider related. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to True Raider. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, King. I seen Top leave something out here that I thought was interesting. Let me see where. Yeah, Zeus was ineffective once again. He's not a number 2 back. Exactly. He's not. Yeah. And Gunsmoke, I hear you. I hear you. Mile High is a definite tough place to play. I get it. I've been to Denver numerous times. I know the altitude definitely affects your game. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. It didn't affect Max Crosby. He was still all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You need that from your opposite end. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm not going to make any excuses up for Tyree Wilson outside of, missing training camp and coming off of that injury. I'm going to give him a little bit more time. But the altitude, you got to play through. You got to play through what is thrown at you, brother. If it's snowing, you got to go out there and play. If it's high altitude, you got to go out there and play. It is what it is. No excuses. You get paid the big bucks to go out there and ball. Yeah, Kane, I seen that, man. I see Kaepernick saying he's interested in going to the Jets. That shit is hilarious. Dude has not played a lick of football in like 6-7 years. I don't see how it makes any sense for the Jets to bring him in at this point. Salute to Sosa. I might be crazy, but I believe we'll be starting 3-0. Let's go, my brother. I like that. I love the optimism, King. But also, 1 week at a time. I love it. I agree with you. But one Sunday at a time, my brother. Salute to Sosa for real, man. Too real. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, King. On the $5. I would love that. If we started off 3-0, oh my God, dog. Do you understand, Sosa? We would silence all the critics up to this point. I would love it. Let me see. That's funny. Shout out to Athletics. Coming down from that altitude, though, you feel like Superman at sea level after that. That's facts. That is facts. Great comment, man, from the Athletic supporters. That is funny. Troy, I do not know. The home game. Yeah, I'll be out there. I'll definitely be out there. And I'm on my no alcohol kick right now, man, Troy. So, you know what I mean? If anything, man, I haven't had a drink, I believe, almost pretty much since Vegas. You know what I mean? Like, I'm chilling. But we definitely get a coffee or something, man. Salute. Salute to Troy. Shout out to Graham. Tyree will see the difference of him and our other DNs in the film room. Talk that talk, my brother. Shout out to Pride and Purpose on a $5 donation. Matt Leonidas is sitting there. Crosby needs help. Put Wilson on wind sprints all week. Laugh out loud. Celebrating my 50th today. 37 as a Raider fan. Let me say this, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful milestone, man. To hit 50 years old is a blessing, bro. To live that long on earth and to be a fan that long, brother. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. If anybody in the chat can, salute our brother Pride and Purpose, man. Shoot him a happy birthday in the comments section, man. Happy 50th birthday to our dog Pride and Purpose, man. I love it. I love it. I hope we stay the underdog, favored to lose. This team responds better. Let everyone count us out. He will ball under the radar. Facts. 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 Everybody putting the happy birthdays in there, man. Salute. And what are we right now? I think we're like 9-point underdogs. Is that what we are? Can somebody in the chat let me know? I think we're, let me see. Raiders, Bills, odds. I swear we were like 9-point underdogs. Let me see. USA Today. Trying to see real quick. Money line, 3 plus. Okay, we'll over under 47.5. We're gonna do this show this week too, you guys. But I think they had us as like 9-point underdogs. And I'm not seeing it here. Does anybody have it? Okay, it was 9.5. Now it's 8.5. Okay, there we go. There we go. I love it. I love it. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, man. I love it. I love it. But yeah, you guys, we're going to break this game down a little more later with me and Hammer. I want you guys to call in to the line, get your shit off, drop some hot takes. I know I'm looking forward to Elite calling, Elite with the Heat, her segment on the show. But make sure you guys call in tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. We'll be definitely putting on another show, me and my brother Hammer. Phone call. I want you guys to call in and give us your takes on the Denver game, Buffalo game, whatever it is. I'm also working on another show with my brother Stu here shortly. I wanted to do a special show, you guys. If you guys, let me know if you guys want to do this. I don't know if you want to, but I know I don't want to talk about Chandler Jones' situation anymore, right? I didn't want to, but I wanted to do a show with Stuart Schweiger, my brother, right? Former Raider, 3rd round pick out of Purdue. I wanted to do kind of a mental health show with players. I wanted to get his take on what Chandler Jones may be going through and so on and so forth. So if you guys would like that, let me know down in the comment section. If not, just say, nah, we're cool. But I don't want to talk about Chandler Jones. I wanted to get an honest opinion from a former player, on how they deal with their emotions, off the field with so much stuff going on in their heads. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do like a special kind of show where we can get Stu to break that down and maybe see, why, and why Chandler was handling the situation the way he's doing it. You know what I mean? So I thought it'd be different. You know what I mean? I wanted to bring something different to the table. Definitely, man. So, okay, everybody's saying run it. I'm down for it. Hell yes. Okay, cool. Then I'm definitely going to put that show together so we can get Stu to talk about, the mental health aspect of the NFL. So I'm going to call him actually right now, after this show. And we'll definitely do that on the way out. Shout out to Pride and Purpose. Thank you, Raider fam. Let's get this win. Salute to my brother Pride and Purpose on the $2 donation. And once again, enjoy your birthday, brother. And let me see. Shout out to Joseph Rios, man. Best Raiders channel right here. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Salute to Sherry. It's all love. Salute to everybody in the building. Mondo, Gonzalez, Victor, Orlando. We'll see you guys tonight. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Make sure to have your phones out. Call in. We want to hear your voices. We want to hear your guys' take on the Denver game and moving forward, the Buffalo game. Once again, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. What'sInWhiskey.com for the whiskey. OakLosVegas.com for the drip. PlanetRaiders.com for everything Raider related. Salute to you guys, man. Love y'all. I'm out. See you later. One.
That's what I'm talking about.